Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Have you ever wondered if there is a way to pull together information from different reports into a single report? In this video, I will be showing you how to accomplish this. So if you're interested, stay tuned. But before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Tap that little notification bell so that you guys know every time I post new videos. Or you can click on my channel's logo down below to see all of the free content I've created so far. And now let's begin. You may have been tasked to pull together information, but the problem is there is no single report that is currently available that will give you all the information you were tasked to pull together. So how can we accomplish this task? If you're looking to find information from one or two items only, you can use the find function in Excel to get the corresponding information you need. But what if you were tasked to pull information together for maybe tens, hundreds, or thousands of items? Using the find function, I think, is not the most efficient way to pull together information in this case. So what other functions in Excel can you use instead? You can use VLookup to return values from another report into a single report. So what is a VLookup and how do we use it? A VLookup stands for vertical lookup, and it looks up information from a column in a table or report. An important information to note is that the information you're looking up should be arranged in a column on the table you're looking up from. So let's break that down a little bit. For VLookup to work, what we need is more than one report. You will have one report where you would like the information returned to, and another report where you will look up information from. So for this video, we will be using only two reports to simplify it. I have the two reports here. The first one in this workbook is named New Report. This is where we want the information we will be pulling together to go. The second tab in this workbook is where we will look up information from. In this example, let's assume that you were tasked to pull together the contact numbers for all the employees in your company so that you can contact them. What we have here in the new report is only the employee ID and the employee name, but we would like to add the contact numbers for each employee by pulling the information from another report or a second report. On the second report, we have the employee ID and the contact numbers. We also have other information in this second report which we will use to illustrate some concepts later. We want the contact numbers of each employee to be added in the new report so that we have the employee ID, employee name, and employee contact number in a single report. And we want to get the contact numbers from the lookup report. To get the contact numbers, let's enter the VLookup function. You can use the insert function in the formula bar here, or you can just type in the formula. The good thing about using the insert function is when you would like to see what other functions are available in Excel. You can either search for a function by typing in this box, then click OK. Or you can select a category from this drop-down list and it will show the different functions available in that category. If you select a function from this list, it will show a description at the bottom here. Personally, I prefer typing in the formula because it saves me a few clicks. As long as you know what function you want to use, typing it in is a great way to go. You might even discover other functions available by just typing in the first character of a function. For example, if we enter equal sign, then the letter B, it shows the different functions available that begins with the letter B. And if you hover over the function, it shows a description of that function. Here we can select the formula we want, or you can type in the second character of the function name to narrow down the list. This time there's only one function that begins with VL. Here it shows a description of what a VLookup function does. A VLookup looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. Let's make a note of this description. So the first one is looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table, then returns a value in the same row, and the third is from a column you specify. To set the function, press the Tab key from your keyboard. Please note that you have to press the Tab key and not the Enter key. Pressing the Enter key would give an error because we haven't put any parameters yet to tell Excel what we would like it to do or what we would like the result to be. Now that we had the function set, let's put in the parameters to tell Excel what we want to do. There are 4 parameters in a VLookup function. The first 3 are required and the last one is optional. The parameters were separated by a comma. Let's look at them one by one and understand what they are as we enter the parameters. So the first one is lookup value. This will be your reference value. This reference value must be available in both reports. This must be a unique reference, and this is a required parameter. Let's click on this lookup report to see what information we have. In this lookup report, we have columns of data. One is a column for employee ID, and the other column is for contact numbers. We know that we have a column for employee ID available in this new report, so we can use the employee ID as a reference value, or what Excel describes as lookup value. Notice that as I click back on the new report tab, Excel added the worksheet name here in the formula. That is because I navigated back and forth between the 2 worksheets. Notice also that the parameter lookup value is highlighted in bold, indicating that this is the first parameter required. So let's set the first parameter, the lookup value, which will be the employee ID. Click on the cell for the first employee ID, cell A2 in this case, then type in comma to set the first parameter. Now take a look at the parameters. The second parameter, which is the table array, is now highlighted in bold. A table array will be the columns or data where the information will be pulled from. In our example, this is where the contact numbers will come from. This is a required parameter as well. The contact numbers are in this lookup report, so let's click on this one. A table array in a VLookup function refers to the columns of data that includes the reference or lookup value, which is the employee ID in our example, and the information we want to pull, which is the contact numbers. So for our table array, we will select columns D and E. It is important to note when using a VLookup that the column that contains the lookup value should be located in the leftmost column of a lookup table, or what Excel describes as table array. You will be selecting your table array, so it is important to keep this in mind. Otherwise, VLookup will not work. The leftmost column should not be confused with the position of the column that contains the lookup value in the lookup report itself. The key is the position in the selection of your table array. For example, the column which contains your lookup value can be located in the middle of the report like this one. So in this report, the column that contains the lookup value, which is the employee IDs, is column D, which is about in the middle of this lookup report, which is okay. But when you select your range of data or table array, the column that contains the lookup value employee IDs, which is column D, should be the first column on the left in your selection. And the information you want to pull should be to the right of the column that contains the lookup value. Let's see the table array by selecting column D to E and type in comma to set it. Now let's look at these parameters again, and here we can see that the third parameter is now highlighted in bold. And the third parameter is the column index number. This will be the column where the information you want is in. In our example, this will be the column where the contact numbers are in. But because this is a column index number, we will be using a number to indicate the position of the column in the lookup table. This is the last required parameter. To determine the index number, we just need to count the position of the column where the information we want to pull is located in our table array. Our table array is columns D and E, so our table array has only 2 columns. The information we want to pull, which is the contact numbers, is in column E, so our column index number is 2. Column index number 1 contains the employee IDs. Column index number 1 always refers to the leftmost column in our table array, which contains the lookup value. Let's set the column index number by typing in the number 2, then type in comma to set it. The last parameter is the range lookup. This is used to indicate whether you want an exact match or an approximate match. With an exact match, as the description implies, this will only return values when it finds the exact lookup value from the lookup table. Personally, when I use VLookup, I use an exact match. There may be instances where you may want to use an approximate match, but in this video we will use an exact match. If you're interested about choosing an approximate match, let me know in the comments section and I will create a video on this. This range lookup parameter is optional, but it is a good practice to always enter a value for this to make sure that you will get exactly what you're looking for, be it an exact match or an approximate match. Not entering a value for this parameter defaults to an approximate match. So to indicate whether you want an exact match or an approximate match, the value to be entered is the number 0 or the word false for exact match, and the number 1 or the word true for approximate match. For me, I use the numbers. It's just more logical to me because when something matches exactly, then you get a 0 difference. We want an exact match to get the corresponding contact numbers of each employee. So let's type in 0, then hold down the control key and then press the enter key to set the formula. Copy the formula into the other cells or do a flash fill to apply the formula to the other cells below it. If the value you're looking up is not available in the lookup report, it will give you an error. So for example, let's delete the first employee ID number from the lookup report. And then let's go back to the new report to see what happens. And here we can see the error. Here's a tip. After you got the information you need using VLookup, I would recommend that you copy the information returned using VLookup function and paste them as values. This is to prevent possible errors when something changes in the column structure of the lookup report that affects the table array used in the VLookup function. To me, it's so much easier to re-enter a VLookup function than to troubleshoot errors. So that concludes today's video. I really hope this is helpful and I hope this will make your task easier if you haven't already been using VLookup. If you have already been using VLookup, feel free to share your tips in the comments section. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!